Hey YouTubers, I just want to make a quick video. Basically this is a new project I'm working on. It's a 96 Civic. It's just my work car that I just got because I got rid of my TL. It's not a crazy custom car, it's just a work car. I was looking on YouTube for some videos on people trying to attempt this, and I couldn't find anything. I just found a lot of videos of people asking if it's possible to do it, or can they do it, or how can they do it, if it can be done. And the only way you can do it is get a 99 2000 bezel and convert it over to electronic heat control, which it would be on the sides and it would have this DIN, or you can just customize your own if you're good at doing some plastic or something like that. So I'm cheap, and I had my old bezel that I made from my TL, because I took this out of my TL when I got rid of it. And what I did was, since it's a work car, I didn't go crazy on it, but what I did was I just cut the ducts out in the back, and I put plastic in there to reinforce it so none of that hot air went on the back of the deck. And then what I did was I just put the deck in here for now. I'm still working on it. I've got about 3 or 4 hours into it. We had to rip apart the dash and take all the guts out of everything and cut everything up and then put everything back together. And I had to weld all this plastic on and stuff, and it's not going anywhere. It's, you know, it's very hard. And what you want to do is, after you do this, you want to sand it down with like a 40 grit, and then use a plastic putty, not like a not like a fiberglass putty, because the plastic putty has a little more flexibility, and after a while these seams you'll see with the fiberglass, but not with the plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'll sand it down and get that plastic putty going. These aren't molded in or anything like that. The 4-ways are the defrost. But I've seen a lot of people trying to figure out how to attempt this, and it's not a fast job, but it's definitely doable if you're willing to chop up your car, which I don't really care, because this is a work car. I bought it for $600, so I don't really care. But it'll come out like it came from the factory, like that. And the next thing I gotta do is just mold all this in, sand it all down, and just put some plastics on there, and then make a mount for the deck itself, and then she should be pretty much done. It should take me another 2-3 hours tops. We just put everything back together because I'm just going to work on it on the weekends and stuff. I'm not really going to make a big deal about it. But yeah, that's about it. If anybody has any questions on how to make, you know, this plastic solid and stuff, basically what you want to do is, I usually chop apart an old bumper or something, and I just get a dollar store soldering iron and I solder it on there. And then what I do is not for a custom car, I wouldn't do this, but like something really fast I want to get done, but I want it to actually look like it came from the factory, like that, and I want it to be sturdy where it's not going to break. What I did was just this was, you know, I took pieces off of the old ducting that I took out. I was going to chuck it out anyway, so I just cut it up and popped it in here, welded it all in, and then in the back I used hot glue around all the seams and stuff, and I just pile it in there. I wasn't really worried about it, and it makes it sturdy as hell. I mean, you can take a hammer to this and it's not going to hurt it. So but if anybody has any questions on how to do something like this, yeah, just give me a comment or whatever, and I'll try to get back to you. I know a lot of people usually have questions, and I try to answer them as best as I can. You know, I'm not really a teacher. I just learned how to do this from reading books and stuff a long time ago, so I just use it on my own cars, and I try to customize as much as I can. and just stupid stuff like this. So if anybody's interested, you know, just give me a holler. I know a lot of people want to get into it and they're just afraid. So, but this will look stock in a couple of weeks, and I'll put another video out. And just like the other cars that I did, you won't even tell that it was even touched. So, alright, have fun, try crazy shit, you know. Good luck. I'll put another video out there in a couple weeks, alright?